What's up? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on the IE Network, and it is Nicki Day Pink Friday. We're gonna give Nicki Minaj her flowers here like we do every Friday. So let's just kick it off. We'll go through some accolades that may have been accomplished this week. Then we're going to answer any questions that may have been asked to me during my DM for the week about Nicki Minaj. And then we're going to get to last week's questions. All right, so let's go to the latest. Nicki Minaj, I'm going here on Twitter. And so right now she is the third most streamed female artist. I believe she may be the third or fourth, but that's not just counting rap female artists. I believe that is the third period. So she is third most streamed female. Okay, that is rappers. Most streamed female rappers on Spotify in 2022. But that must be, she must be two because for some reason they have Ariana Grande here and she is not a rapper. So it is Doja Cat at 2.4 billion, Nicki Minaj at 1 billion. And then Megan Thee Stallion is third. I don't know why someone would put Ariana Grande there. And now also in a fan voting, Bad Bunny and Nicki Minaj, they're going against each other in the Fan Army Face-Off. So you can vote for Bad Bunny or you can vote for Nicki Minaj. That's going to be interesting. I don't ever see the Barbz really lose a fan voting. So they'll probably come out on top, of that as well. Let's see what else we got. So a lot of fans, of course, was, before we get into that, on June 9th, Nicki Minaj surpasses Cardi B as the female rapper with the most songs, over 700 million streams on Spotify. So I think Cardi's next closest to that is like 600 or something. So we'll see if things change. Well, with that, they usually go back and forth. But Nicki Minaj is right now the top female on Spotify, female rapper on Spotify with 700 million views or more on her songs. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, for all the nostalgic fans, the Beam Me Up Scotty vinyl. Nicki released the Beam Me Up Scotty vinyl, and that is now out. So you can pick that up, wherever they may sell Nicki Minaj vinyls from, and I think you can get it from a website as well. That's beautiful. I'm gonna probably get that as a collective item and never open it. I have what a lot of people should do. If you have already done it, then good for you. That's what a fan would do. I have all of Nicki's albums, but then I went and then to the store and got a copy of like the CD or if it was available in vinyl, and those I didn't open. So I got a copy of the ones that I listened to. But then the CDs I went and bought, and I don't open them up. So they will be in their wrapping, until later day. Years from now, those are going to be collector's items. So that's what you guys should do. If you haven't done it already. So from Stats of Minaj, shout out to Stats of Minaj on Twitter. It says, "Do We Have a Problem" by Nicki Minaj is the highest charting female rap song, number 2, that is a fact, on Billboard, and number 1 on the digital sales chart. Highest selling female rap song of 2022. It did 199K first week units and charted 13 weeks. And you're telling me it's nowhere on Billboard's top songs? I mean, that's a legitimate question. That's a legitimate question. But again, Billboard is, I believe that I saw them answering people by I don't even really know how Billboard works anymore. But I do know it is still, a lot of people saying, oh, no one cares about what Billboard says, but that's not true. Because everybody's sitting there refreshing their screen, artists as well, sitting there refreshing their screen every Monday waiting for the chart. So people, of course, are still interested in Billboard. But I'm not sure how they go about their votes, but Nicki Minaj fans definitely have a great gripe. Because that is true. Let's see what else we got here. So Nicki Minaj has also been mentioned as a headline for next Super Bowl show. All right, and let's see here. We went over the passing of Cardi. A lot of people just complaining about the albums, Pink Friday being below other albums. And it shouldn't even be just about that it's below Invasion of Privacy, because a lot of people, the way they were coming off, a lot of Nicki Minaj fans seemed as though as long as it was over Invasion of Privacy, they didn't care where it landed. So you didn't have an issue with Missy, with Missy's album being over. You didn't have an issue with Lauren's album. I mean, Lauren's album was better probably, but I don't think Missy's So Addictive was better. Maybe Super Duper Fly it was at least compatible with Pink Friday, but I definitely don't think So Addictive was better, and probably not even Super Duper Fly. But it just seems as though if it was over Invasion of Privacy, y'all wouldn't have no complaints. I mean, it's more than Invasion of Privacy that was put over Pink Friday that shouldn't have been, in my opinion. Let's see here. So a lot of people, also want to speculate that she's going to be on Beyonce's new album. I have not heard anything about that. All right? I have not heard anything about that. She also, there's a list down here, charted 1,380 weeks on Billboard's Hot 100. And they're saying that is the most, more than Rihanna, more than Taylor Swift, more than Beyonce. So if that is a true fact, that's about music charts. So yes, that is definitely, I'm going to take that as a true fact. About music charts are pretty legit. All right, let's go to what we were talking about last week. So last week, our Nicki Minaj question was, if Nicki had one big collab left, and it would be her last big collab, who would you want it to be? Doja Cat, Ariana Grande, or Beyonce? My other question was, if Nicki Minaj versus Drake in a versus, you give me the 20 songs Nicki would have to play, and in what order if she was going to have a chance to beat Drake in a versus. I was giving people an opportunity to do it. Not a lot of people did it. There was one person who came up with a 20-song list, but if I'm being Drake, that 20-song list, God bless their heart for trying, but there was no way that 20-song list was going to beat the list of Drake songs that I put out there. A lot of people answered Beyonce. Going to need Nicki and Kendrick collaboration. Let's see. Pink Print was dope. Nicki and Drake will be interested to witness on the verses. I want the Doja or Beyonce collaboration. Save the Ariana collaboration for the album. The person Soul Shell from the chat. They put out Yikes to start off. Itty Bitty Piggy after that. Bees in the Trap. 2 Chainz comes out. Your Love 4. Feeling Myself. Flawless. Beyonce comes out. Barbie Dreams 6. Boss and Bitch remix. It'd be cool if PTAF came out. Warning 8. 9 Anaconda. 10 Looking Ass. 11 High School. 12 Plain Jane. 13 Hello Morning. Puff cameo. We go up 14, 15 my niggas, 16 anybody, 17 fractions, 18 welcome to the party, 19 either fly with Rihanna cameo or grand piano, and 20 monster. That's a pretty good list. That is definitely a pretty good list. I'm gonna come back at that. I'm Drake. I'm gonna come back at that. If Nicki Minaj is coming out with Yikes, right, which is a pretty hard lyrical joint. So if she's gonna come out with Yikes, if I'm Drake, I can counter that with bam bam being on some real shit. Bam, I go 0 to 100 nigga real quick. So if I'm Drake and she comes out with Yikes, I'm coming out with 0 to 100. Right there to counterpart Yikes. Itty Bitty Piggy is her, if they have down here the second song. I'll put the list down. We're not going to go down on that list because, I don't want to bore you guys with that, but we'll definitely put that in. Phoenix Winton also had a decent list, but he had Starship. They had Starships and on there, and Drake will eat that up. There's no need to put Starships on there. I wanted a Adele collaboration. Beyonce. So mostly everyone wants Beyonce. Everyone wants Beyonce. Not everyone. Someone then said Nicki Minaj would wash Drake. I mean, come on, guys. Wash Drake? Well, that'd be interesting. Someone else did a list. So we'll go over the list again for next week. I'm gonna counter with my Drake list, but let's just get something straight with about Nicki Minaj. And here's my message to the Nicki Minaj fans. And I've said this before, and I don't understand why I have to keep saying it, but it just seems like it's not getting any better. So, just for the record, I put Nicki Minaj down. So somebody said that I said Missy Elliott. I never said that. I never said Missy was the GOAT. I said, people have to listen. I said Missy Elliott was my favorite female rapper ever, but I believe Nicki Minaj is the GOAT. That's what I said. I never said I thought Missy was the GOAT. I said Missy was my favorite female rapper. So Nicki Minaj is by most people, not everybody. Some people say it's Missy. Some people say it's Lil' Kim. So you're gonna have different people to vary. But generally speaking, by most people, or a good majority of people, they consider her as the queen of rap. So if you got the majority of people thinking you that way, that should be it. Nicki has to, I totally believe that this little, people that's going through this little Nicki Cardi beef still 5-6 years later, it has to be exhausting. It has to be draining. I know it's draining for them. And I truly believe that the only way this thing will ever end, the fans have to end it. That's the only way. The fans have to end it. So, if the fans don't end it, it's never going to end. And then things that happen, like that the Billboard thing and things where Cardi continues coming in ahead of Nicki, that's decided by panels, is going to continue to happen because the general public is not really on Nicki's side anymore. They've moved on. And at some point, like I said to someone in a comment, at some point they're going to move on from Megan. At some point they're going to move on from Cardi. At some point they're going to move on from Doja. That's just the way it is with rappers. That's just the way it is. You don't necessarily see it happen with singers. They never truly move on from singers because it doesn't matter how old they get, but when you're rapping, there's a time frame that they give you. And that's just the way it is. It has nothing to do with Nicki. That's just the way it's always has been. That's the way it will be. So, Nicki Minaj is in the second plateau of her career. She's still putting out music. She's still making good music. But just don't expect. I would hope that the Nicki fans now will just say, just put out music that we can enjoy. Don't worry about Billboard. Don't worry about going. Just go and purchase it like you normally would purchase any other record that came out once. Go purchase it once, and then listen to it. I mean, that way, when you're streaming all night long or buying 7 different versions of it, and then it turns out that it doesn't end up number 1, you won't be as disappointed. Just take on that mentality of, we don't care what the charts say. We know we have the queen. That's the same thing that Michael Jordan fans do. They don't care what LeBron does. They don't care what LeBron's stats say. They don't care what LeBron... They're going to say Jordan is the king, no matter what LeBron does. So I think Nicki fans should take on that mentality. I think more of them should take on that mentality. Some of them do, but I think more of them want to engage in the battle with Cardi B or with other artists or Doja Cat or what have you. And it's just that in the times that we're living in, everybody is about what just happened. What just happened. The next great thing is what last happened. So if you just start taking it in stride, you'll have less fights, you'll be less stressed out, and you'll be less irritated when things like this happen and Nicki gets shunned or left out. Right? So just keep that in mind. Be proud of who you support. Don't worry about what her numbers say. She doesn't have to do that anymore. Nicki's not really no longer in competition. It's just like Beyonce's not going to worry about her numbers anymore. She's just going to drop whenever she wants to drop and let the chips fall where they may. So, we'll see you next week. Nicki Day, next Friday. Shout out to the Queen Nicki Minaj. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. God bless you and your family. See you next week.